Hey everybody, Zach back at you here, and today we're going to be doing a deck tech. It's the first ever deck tech video that I've ever done, and I thought it'd be fitting for Kaiju Ketsugō. This is a trading card game that I just started showing off on my channel. They've got a Kickstarter coming up, and they're an indie trading card game that I find to be very appealing. So let's get into it. And here we are. This is my first deck that I made for this game. And I think it'll be pretty fun. So there's requirements to making a deck, and that is you have to have at least 15 origin kaijus, at least 5, let's see if we can find it real quick, utility cards, and you can have up to 3 copies of a unique kaiju. I'll show you examples here in a minute. But first, let's start off with the kilo spirits that I've got here, or kilojoules. So the kilojoules, you can only have a max of 3. They are just because the goal you want to gain, I believe it's 7 joules and you win. But when you get like these joules, then they bestow abilities upon you. The other ones just don't. So like for this one here, for shock value, while this kilojoule is on the top of your collected jewel pile, your negative electric kaiju attacks using base charge, C is for charge, do not expend charge, which is big, because I believe when charge is depleted off of an electric kaiju, then they are defeated. That's one of the, it's like an extra like fragility, I feel like. So we're starting off with 2 Swallows. I've got my shiny ones and the secret rares in sleeves for right now until I get it fully sleeved up. But so Swallows, this one here, this variant has Nuclear Family. Once per turn, you may search your deck for a positive electric kaiju and place it into your hand. So you get the tutor. It's a passive ability. Another passive ability, Alternate. It may use the activated ability of a positive electric kaiju and support expending its base charge, then switch positions with it. And then Surge Protection, which it nullifies Power Surge, and I'm not too sure what that is. That might be the running out of charges. Then we're running with a Bumbolt. So this Bumbolt here has Bolt Swarm. It says if there are any Bumbolts in support, when this Bumbolt uses its ability, its active ability, they may also use their active ability at base charge, so they can kind of swarm. Then this one right here, Charge Carrier. It's hard to read, but I'll read it to you. Whenever a positive electric kaiju is wrested from your hand, Bumbolt receives 2 of its charges. So you could discard from your hand, and then you could power him up. It's got 1 attack here from -1 charge to do 1 damage. And then Voltic Shift, you may give 3 charges to a positive electric kaiju that's in primary each turn. So you can kind of play with the charges. Then we're going to be running, I've only got 1 of the ultra rare Bumbolts here. It's got lightning speed. This is where I'm saying that it makes sense that up to 3 copies of a unique, because this one's got 5 energy, 3 charges. This one's got 7 energy and 3 charges. Once per turn, Bumbolt may expend 1 charge to switch positions with a positive or negative kaiju. And then it's got -3 charges for Galvanic Sting for 5 damage. And then we're running 2 of these Bumbolts. Charge Carrier. Whenever a positive kaiju is wrested from your hand, you may receive 2. It may receive 2 of its charges back. It could buzz for 1. Voltic Shift may give 3 charges to a positive kaiju, so it can once again charge up another. And then we've got 1 of this Bumbolt. That Charge Carrier, which the last one did. This has Bolt Swarm, which says that if there are any Bumbolts in support, when this Bumbolt uses its active ability, which is Voltic Needle, they may use their active ability at base. So then once again, Voltic Needle, then the 2 in the back, because you'll have 2 spots for support, they get to use theirs. And then this is kind of like the main body of the deck will be actually these Trots. So we got New Trot. It has Nuclear Family, which is the tutor ability. Return Path, which it may restore 2 charges to a positive or negative kaiju in primary after it uses an activated ability. And then it can nullify Power Surge. We are running 2 of these new Trots. And then I've got 2 of these ones, which it has the alternate, and then the return path where it can restore charges. Then we've got Pro Trot. This version's got 2 of them in this deck. It's got magnetic field. Now, some of these won't be totally cohesive because this is all from one set. But this one says magnetic field. Once per turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, you search your deck for a metal earth kaiju and place it in your hand. I wouldn't be using it for that, but I would be using it for the bolt and the voltic shift. This Pro Trot has charge carrier. Whenever a positive energy kaiju is wrested from your hand, it receives one of its charges, may receive one of its charges. And then you can, you could give it like an ultra attack here, Chain Lightning, which if you look here, this is what's cool about the game that I've noticed is that there's 3 values here, and the 3 values are very significant. So like I said in the game, you have a primary and then you have 2 supports. So when he does Chain Lightning for -9 charges, you'll do 7 to the primary, 6 to one of the supports, 4 into one of the other supports. Horsepower may expend 3 energy to give 1 charge to a positive kaiju, and it's got a 10 energy. We got Negate. If there's a sound kaiju in support, which I might have one in this deck, Negate's ability is 2 times effective. Power Surge. Negate's active ability also affects your kaiju, excluding itself. And then it's got Static Storm, so running 1 of that. And then this Negate, we've got 2 different ones here. We got the Magnetic Field, which won't really appeal to us, was this Valence Loss. When its energy is depleted, a positive kaiju may gain 2 charges. And then Energy Distribution. Negate may give 2 energy to a negative electric kaiju in primary turn. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but energy is basically their health, I'm pretty sure. And then we got our utility cards here. We have 4 on the floor. Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 4 cards. This is a reaction. Use it or lose it. Your opponent holds their hand up with the backs of the cards facing you. You may choose one of the cards for them to play immediately. If they do not or cannot for that card, it is rested, so it's discarded. Of a Feather, search your deck for up to 3 kaiju with the ability Migrate. Oh, I might actually have to get rid of this. Okay, yeah, because I made some changes. So this one I'll have to get rid of because I don't have any migrates, but other side of the coin, flip a coin. If tails, your opponent must rest 3 cards from their hand. If heads, you must rest 1 card from your hand. I like gambling. One side of the coin, flip a coin. If heads, you may draw a card. If tails, your opponent draws a card. A new lease on life. Search your deck for an origin kaiju and place it into your hand and shuffle. I don't know if you've actually paid attention, but all my electric are origin. And we'll go over that here in a minute. Balancing Act. Draw until you have as many cards as your opponent's hand. Then we have Hold Your Horses. Search your deck for 2 electric kaiju with Trot or Gate in their name. Definitely is needed. You place them in your hand, shuffle your deck. Then we got an environment going through a phase. Each time an electric kaiju switched positions, you may draw a card. And then another Hold Your Horses. Oh, actually, no, it does work. Okay. I didn't make the changes. I am so glad about that. So we have Shock here, which does have Migration, which I think it's the only one. No, there's another one here. And okay, so I've got 2. Oh, that's gonna be kind of weak, but I could do it. Migration, once per turn of Shock is in the primary, it may switch with a kaiju in support. Electron Shield, Shock may expend charges to safeguard against enemy attacks next turn, reducing the enemy attack by the charges expended. So I could reduce their attacks. Energy Distribution, which we've covered that earlier, give 3 energy to a negative kaiju in the primary each turn. I do like the support effects. We have a Larvolt. We have 2 different Larvolts. Charge Carrier, then the Electron Shield. This Larvolt has Charge Carrier Duty Cycle. After using its active ability, Larvolt may switch positions with a positive kaiju. Power Surge. Larvolt's active ability also affects your kaiju, excluding itself, and it's got Pulse Wave. Now, I gotta double check on this. Is this actually doing 3 damage to me? If it is, you know, I'll do it. I'll take the damage. Then we got on the Elect Tusk, Magnetic Field, Power Surge. So that's it for the electric. Now we're getting into the odd stuff that I put in here to flush out the deck. So I like cats. And we're going to go over, I've got them kind of backwards here, but we're going to go over my origins here. So these are actually some origins, but then I've got ascendeds, which are like your evolutions. So temper, whenever a, I believe that's water. So some of this is not gonna work very well, but it's because I like the monsters. Kaiju is rested from your hand. Temper generates a rolling fog on your opponent's next turn. They must flip a coin to determine their active ability, success or failure. That's pretty cool. And then precipitate. Temper may use an active ability of a liquid or ice kaiju. Ice, water, kaiju, and support. So that's not going to do anything for me. This one's not going to do anything for me because I just like the creatures, though. This would, because of air condition, upon being attacked, flip a coin of heads. Temper may ascend a Perkush, which Perkush is the final evolution. I like that. And then we've got a Purpuff here that has air condition as well. This is a full art. So, but this is what's big. So if we look at the evolution, the ascending requirements to get to Purpuff, we need a Temper, and we need to, I believe, I might be a little bit wrong on this. I might be a little bit wrong. I hope I'm not, but I believe I have to pitch a Fire Volcanic from my hand to then play Purpuff. And then from then on, they could turn into Perkush really easily. And I just love the art of Perkush, and I want to play it. So I hope I'm right on that. It's now coming to my memory that I might actually have to play a fire. So, but we'll see. I can't wait to try it out. But yeah, and then the Volcanics. What's really hard about the Volcanics, when I was looking through all the cards I pulled, they're all Ascended 2s. So it's like, how am I supposed to pull this off? And that's why I was thinking I need to have these. So I'll double check with the creator, but I just wanted to show it off. This is pretty much the deck that I've got. I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of the Perkushes and stuff and go with something else, but the electric is mainly what the deck is. And it's all about them kind of piggybacking off the top of each other, switching charges around, returning charges back to them, shooting damage at the enemies, sometimes cheating and hitting all 3 of them, and just having fun. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the cards? Does it seem fun? Because for me, it seems really fun, but I need to play the game. So watch out for a gameplay just to try it out. If there's anything else, I read the comments, so comment down below and have a nice day.